Pico is the Philippine variation of the game hopscotch. It is one of the most famous Philippine games played by children and even adults in the country. Objectives. The objectives of the game is to jump over a certain box that has your pamato in it and to successfully finish the game without stepping on the lines or outside of the lines. Number of players. Pico can be played with as many people as you want. The game can either be played alone or with a group. Materials needed. A pamato. It may be a flat stone, the bottom piece of a clay pot, smooth chunk of window glass or a coin, and a chalk, charcoal or a stick. In our case, we used chalk since we played on concrete ground. How to play the game. First, the players must draw 8 or more boxes on the chosen ground, and each player must have a pamato. Second, to determine the order of turns of the players, they must throw their pamato on the 5th box. The player whose pamato is closest to the middle of line of the 5th box will be the first one to play, and the furthest will be the last one. Third, the first player will throw his or her pamato on the first box. Then, he or she will jump across without stepping on the box where his or her pamato resides. Fourth, the first player will jump from boxes 2 to 8 and traces his or her steps back. Before the player returns, he or she must pick up the pamato, still without jumping on the first box. Fifth, the procedures are repeated until the player reaches the last box. 6. The player will lose their turn if first, their pamato touches the line. Second, if the player steps inside the box where his or her pamato rests. Third, when the player steps on the line. And lastly, when the player rests both his or her feet on a single box. 7. If a player successfully finishes all the levels, he or she may now acquire a home or bahay. The player must turn his or her back on the playing field and throw the pamato. The box where the pamato will land will determine the player's home or bahay.